Hi everybody, I'm back with another video. This one is a Christmas layout that I used the April Scraptastic Worth Wondering kit on. This was actually the very first kit that I got, but I skipped this one and went on to using the May kit, mostly because I like to scrapbook chronologically, and so the papers and stuff that were in this kit just really didn't go with the photos I was working on at the time, but they would work okay with the Christmas stuff. It was kind of a challenge to me, or sort of a challenge to myself, to use this kit, even though it was like non-traditional Christmas type product. I thought that would be kind of fun to do, and it had a lot of gold in it, so that kind of did make me think Christmassy. But I definitely ended up going a different route with this. But the layout is actually called It's a Blue Christmas Without You, and it is me scrapbooking the first Christmas that I had to spend without my son. And, it's just one of those, like, as a result of getting divorced kind of things, you have to split kids. And so this was the first year that I had to, that he was not going to be with me. And so we celebrated Christmas early, and all of the journaling and everything that I'm going to do on this layout is about that. So it didn't really have to scream Christmas anyway. So right now you see me wanting to make a pocket so that I can do all the journaling and have it tucked under there. So I am just using the red sticky tape to put it down, and then this is me trying to glue the back of the other paper to where it's only going to be sticky on the part that's hitting the rest of the layout and not on the part that I need to pull out. So, and then here I kind of make a mistake and I pull that sticky tape off, and then I ended up setting my paper down on top of it, which kind of ripped a little bit of my paper, but it ended up being fine because it was going to be covered up with the photos anyway. So. This probably wasn't the best pocket that I've ever created for hiding journaling before. The paper didn't want to slide in and out extremely easily, but it will definitely work for the purpose, which is basically just to hide the journaling so that it wasn't out in plain sight where everybody can see it, and to add another layer. So I think that'll be fine. After I played around with the pocket there for a little bit, then I got out those butterfly chip or corkboard and was just playing around with those and how I wanted to place them on the layout. Again, butterflies don't scream Christmas either, but these are the products I wanted to use, so just going for it. So this is a long title, and I don't usually do titles that are that long, but this one, it kind of fit. I don't find that I'm really that clever with titles. I can never think of anything really fabulous to put. I usually just put the basics of what it is that, the story is about. But other people, I find, come up with some really cute and clever titles, but that just doesn't usually happen for me. This one, however, I got from thinking about, those movies that come out at Christmas, and, well, they're on TV at Christmas anyway, and I want to call them claymation, but I don't think they are. I think they have like strings and stuff in them. Anyway, there's one that's called The Year Without a Santa Claus, and so they sing a song in there called, It's a Blue Christmas Without You, and so that's actually where I got the idea for the title for this page. So I was going through all my small letter stickers trying to find some that I thought would work well on this layout. That's something else I actually don't use all that often, is tiny letters, and I think it's just because they kind of annoy me a little bit. So I would rather just have big titles instead of having to work with a bunch of small letters. But on this one, since it was going to be such a long title, I definitely needed smaller letters. So I decided on these small pink ones, and these are actually from a really old, they're from my stash. It's like a really old kit, I think, that I had gotten back when, I don't even know if QVC still sells stuff like that, but I think they do. But anyway, they would sell like, it would be an album, and then it would be like all the stuff to scrapbook it. So anyway, these are basically from that, from one of those kits. So they've been in my stash for a really long time. And yeah, I put them down, and then Once I get them down, I don't know why, but I find that these small stamps or stickers kind of get lost, so I usually end up outlining them and that type of thing, and I believe I did that on here as well. Now I'm just putting some of this Tim Holtz washi tape. I don't think he calls it tissue tape or something like that. Anyway, that tape I'm putting down. It's the kind that has the music notes and stuff on it. And then I'm getting the Daily Flash chipboard stickers that came in the kit. That's actually something else that I don't really like a lot is speech bubbles. I'm just not a big fan of them. So, but I did end up finding a use for it on this page. So, anyway, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put a flare badge over the top of it that it was from Two Peas in a Bucket that says, I love you so much, and so I'm actually kind of putting that in the speech bubble, so that sort of makes it work for me. And then what else am I going to do on here? Now I'm just outlining the edges of the speech bubble, and it looks like I already glued down the title as well, and I'm pretty sure I outlined around the edges of the smaller words in the title also. And from there I'm going to glue, I've changed kind of the placement of the butterflies from what I was originally thinking, and I had moved one of the smaller butterflies up to that right corner of embellishments, and then I'm putting the other butterflies down where I was originally thinking. And let me see, then I'm going to get out the flare badges, and at first I was just going to use the foam adhesive to glue them down, and then I ended up changing my mind with the ones on the top because I didn't want it to stick out quite as much, so I ended up just getting out the hot glue gun and heating it up to glue that to the top. I did end up using the You and Me what do you call it, die cut or whatever from one of the packets, and that came in the kit. And then I also think it came in the kit, yeah. And also another flare badge, but I don't know who that's from, the other flare badge. It didn't come in the kit at all, but let me see, what else do I do? Oh, I decided to glue pearls down in the center of the butterflies. Now I'm just putting down a few enamel dots here and there. And then off camera I ended up using another one of the speech bubbles in the bottom right corner where I put the date, and I used another speech bubble over by the big butterfly on the left. So you'll see that in the photos. I also had done my journaling, and once I did my journaling on that card, then the journaling, it went down too far, and so you could see it sticking out at the bottom, and I really didn't like that. So luckily the color of the paper on the other side was fine, so I ended up flipping it over to where that ends up being the paper that shows through on the layout for just normal viewing. Anyway, I'll have pictures attached. Thanks for watching.